So, when it comes down to focusing, something I run into all the time, and you probably do too, is that you come up against tasks that you really need to do, but you don't necessarily want to. I would bet you've run into this within the last 24 hours. I know I have. Sitting down to write this episode was something I didn't actually want to do. So let me walk you through what I do to make myself want to do something that I don't usually want to do. You and I have talked a bit about the monkey brain before. When you face a challenging task, you start to think about how much effort stands between you and the completion of that task. You are looking up at the top of the mountain, imagining at once all of the steps required to get to the top, and feeling all of that effort all at once feels a bit overwhelming. In this state of overwhelm, your monkey brain comes out and says, "Hey, that looks hard. If we go browse social media right now, then we can do that later. That sounds easier, right?" And then you get distracted, and you don't ever get around to actually getting anything done. Now, write this down because it's important to understand. The majority of your focus problems are actually emotional problems, dealing with feelings of overwhelm, anxiety, and hopelessness. Learning how to effectively deal with those emotions is critical to unlocking your ability to focus. So, you're probably asking yourself, how do I stop feeling overwhelmed by tasks? And there are three parts to the answer. Part one, recognize your emotions and practice empathy for yourself. Don't try to bury them. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't put yourself down. Recognize the way you feel and be empathetic towards yourself. You are improving and growing, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed by tasks, and it doesn't mean you're broken or deficient. You're just human. The humans who have achieved the most incredible things have felt the way you do too. Be empathetic and understanding towards yourself, and know that the feelings will pass. Part two, commit to a smaller mountain in the moment. Don't get overwhelmed thinking about all of the steps you have to take up to the top of the mountain. Just commit to a few steps. Don't think about building the entire app. Just commit to writing code for 2 minutes. Whenever I do this and I just start writing, I inevitably keep going as I get into flow. And then three, pre-start the task beforehand. When preparing for your next day, or when finishing up a focus session, get the next task you need to work on started. Get all the materials or apps or software or websites you need together, and do the very first step of the task to get it started, and then leave the rest of it unfinished. That way, when you get back to your workspace, you have already started, and your brain will want to just finish it up. I did all of these things this morning. My mission is to combat the massive digital distractions that the world is throwing at us. I genuinely believe that the path to a fulfilling, excellent, long life is to live with purpose, and many of the big technological changes that we've had over the last 40 years of internet, instant messaging, email, social media, and the constant bombardment of content make that much more difficult to do. I want to equip you with the tools you need to fight the onslaught of information and live a better, more deeply focused, and connected life. If you found this impactful, please share it with someone else. And for those on YouTube or Spotify, write your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Share your thoughts with others watching. Your comment might have an impact on someone else, or be the small nudge that changes the trajectory of your life. And be sure to subscribe for more.